There, look at I love this. I thought I'd do something different. We've got two big punchers. Caroline Dubois, ladies first, and lovely Johnny Fisher. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, thank you for having me too. Great to be here.
Listen, can we just talk about Florian Marco's performance? Can you just go into that? Tell me what you thought of that. I know it didn't last long, but that was quick, wasn't it?
It was quick. He came out there and he literally just touched him and he was gone. I don't know what happened really, but it was a really explosive, really statement performance for wherever he's going next. Like he's announced himself on the world stage now.
Well, I was told by my managers he'll be on at 6:30. I'm queuing up and I get a text through. He's won in the first round. I'm gutted, but Florian, I've known Florian for a few years. When I was selling meat, my dad on the van, he was one of our customers in North London. So I've watched him for a very long time, been a massive fan. And yeah, as Caroline said, he's really announced himself with a great victory there.
I was just speaking to his teammate, Dalton Smith. Obviously, Grant Smith trains him. And he was saying that there's two types of Florians, one that listens and one that doesn't. We got the one that listens tonight. How important is it to be able to gel with your coach and listen? I know it didn't last long, but being able to listen to your coach.
Testament to the work that's been put in with the trainer, not just in this on the fight, but the weeks before. And Grant Smith is a very, very good coach, very well respected, obviously with Dalton, Sonny Edwards. And Florian, yeah, he's got that side of him where he can listen, but I quite like the side that doesn't listen as well, because it shows he's got that fire and he can control that and listen with it, then he'll be very, very dangerous.
Definitely, just as he said, it's about controlling yourself, coming out on it. Obviously, when he's clicking with his coaches, when he's clicking and he's focused, he's a dangerous man, isn't he?
And those are the things that we love to see. So we're going to move on to you guys. Caroline, your last performance, you have got that dog in you. Talk to me, Caroline.
I don't know, I'm trying. Every time I step in the ring, I try to put in a good performance. I hope that, people leave the venue, leave the arena happy and satisfied with a good fight. And that's why I always make sure I come in there and give my best. That's why I train hard and, that's what I perform for.
And from one stopping puncher to a KO artist, your performance for the Southern Area belt, what a fight that was. We were literally, people were up out of their seats cheering. It was a beautiful fight. Talk us through it.
It was a great fight, and it's got to be credit given to Harry Armstrong as well. Showed how tough he is. I knew I was in for a tough night and he weren't going to go down easy. Even when I knocked him down in the first 10 seconds, I knew I've got to be a bit patient here. That's why the next few rounds I was like, right, ride it, and then I'd pick my opportunity. So a great fight, and that's what people want to see. They want to see people knocking people out, going hell for leather. That's what boxing's about. It's an entertainment business as well.
That's what we like to see. And Caroline, you're somebody that hurts your opponents too. Johnny mentioned there about being patient. You can't always rush in for the kill because sometimes that can bring them back stronger. Your adrenaline's up. You're overloading your shots. Caroline?
Yeah, 100%. No one wants to get knocked out. I feel like people sometimes match you when you're fighting hard. They come in and fight hard. So it's about obviously having the skill, even to knock someone out, it takes skill. It takes skill to set it up and get the job done. So obviously, as he said, boxing's about entertainment. It's about knockouts. It's about explosive, exciting fights, and that's what I always try to bring.
I know you're sat keen ringside because Caroline, I know Johnny Fisher. Johnny's like, yeah, I'm going to take my time. I'm going to build myself up. Caroline, you want to go for everyone's head. I know you're waiting for the Michaela Mayer fight. I know I can't keep you too long. That kind of like drive and ambition to you to take everybody out, where's that come from?
It comes from within, I'm the middle child, so you know what they say. They go fight for the attention, and it just comes from within. I love entertaining. I love, walking into a room and people, respect me when I step in. So that's just my attitude.
Johnny, when can we see you out again? I know you said you've been beating up the pads in the gym, but when can we see you out again?
This looks worse than what it is. It's just I've learned to be very careful with my hands. So after every fight now, I'll get scans and check that everything's okay. Got a bit of tendon damage. A few weeks, this will be off. Hopefully fight November, December time. Getting a little away day in. I'm looking to go to New York or Vegas. That's what I want. Yeah, I'd love to do that. But listen, got a few weeks. I've had a few weeks off, relaxing, enjoying myself, and we'll assess as and when we need to.
And we know, Caroline, you are back out at your call again. It'll be cooler this time round. It won't be like that sauna you was in summer. That fight, your progression, talk to us about that. Getting that fight made, a good matchmaking from your team.
Yeah, it's been great matchmaking. Obviously, to be able to fight for the IBO world title. I know people say it's not a real world title, but to me, it's a title. It's something that's a step in the right direction. And with that belt, I can do a lot of things. I can put pressure on Katie Taylor and her organizations to vacate a belt so I can fight for one of hers. So that's the plan, really.
Katie Taylor, I reckon. I think she could beat her now. I've got a lot of respect for Katie Taylor, but this is a good time to fight her. So Caroline versus Katie Taylor. Let's make it happen.
You heard it from him.
You see, you know what I like? It's the fact that we've got two fighters here. We've got a boxer fighter, we've got a matchroom fighter, and here we are all together talking boxing. We want to see the two of you guys cross promo on each other's platforms, getting the fights on. It doesn't matter what channel we watch it on. We just want to see the fights.
I'm a matchroom fighter through and through. I'm an Eddie Hearn fan. I've always have been. I'm always going to, but that don't mean I don't go and support other fighters and other boxers, because I know how hard this sport is. And two of my people I look up to, Fraser Clark, Dave Allen, they're fighting tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Adam and Zima, some great fights on, and I always support other boxers.
100%. As you said it there, boxers respect each other. Whether we dislike each other or not, we do respect each other, and I think that's the main thing, really.
We love it. Caroline, your reflection on your brother's performance, I've got to ask you about it. A fight that, it was a good fight. We saw Daniel. You know what? Forget what I'm saying, your words.
I'm going to be strictly honest with you. I unfortunately didn't watch it. I struggled to watch my brother fight. I think this has been something that I've always done, and obviously I didn't go out there, so it was even harder for me. I told my sister, put it on the phone, turn the volume down, just give me the look if anything's happening, and obviously it didn't go his way. I was peeking in every 10 seconds, but I didn't watch it properly, and it's not something that I can just watch like that.
Your thought. The only thing I will ask you then, and like I said, this might not be what you want to hear, but the reaction online is fair enough. He did get Usyk. If Usyk was given the count, he probably would have got up. Nobody really knows, but we can all make a guess that, yeah, maybe he would have got up. They're saying that Daniel gave up again. And I know he's your brother and you love him, I get it. But what do you think about people that are saying he stopped, he keeps on giving up? I'm not going to say the Q word because I don't like it, but that he give up?
I don't know. I think people talk a lot of crap. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say it, but people talk a lot of shit. They say a lot of crap, and people just like to kick people when they're down, and not even kick them down, they like to kick them through the floor. So I just think, you can't really pay attention to that. You can't really slag off a person for getting in the ring and trying their best. And I think that's what he did. He went in there and he tried his best. It wasn't good enough, but that's what you do. We roll the dice and we go again. We always talk about the good old days when people were fighting and they had 5 losses, but they weren't afraid to step in the ring and fight the best. And I think, Daniel's a throwback fighter. He jumped in with Joe Joyce when people were saying maybe he shouldn't jumped in there. He jumped in with Usyk when people were saying maybe he shouldn't have done it. He's not afraid to get in there, and I think people should just appreciate. We got Tyson Fury fights in Ghana right now, and they're gonna lap that up and talk about how great Tyson is. So I think just respect has to be given for everyone who steps in the ring, because it's a dangerous sport, and our lives are on the line when we step in there.
We love that. And your thoughts?
I thought it was a peach of a shot. I would speak objectively. I like Usyk. I was a fan of Usyk, and I'm a fan of Daniel. I've known Daniel for years. I sparred him a few times. He's trained in our camp for a little bit with Mark Tibbs. What a nice fella. But I'm just looking at it as a boxing, watching the fight. My immediate reaction was that was a fair knockdown in my opinion. But on the other thing, people saying Daniel quit. I mean, he's gone 9 rounds of Usyk. He got knocked down. He got back up, and he got back up again after being knocked down. What more do people want? As Caroline said, people just want to turn the screw, kick people when they're down. It's human nature. So as fighters, as boxers, we know we've got to block all that out. 90% of what we get is positive and people admire us, but everyone wants to kick you down, so you just got to ignore them.
Well said. Guys, predictions then. I'm going to go for the Fraser Clark fight with Dave Allen.
I think Fraser wins. I think it'll be a technical fight. I think he might stop him late. I don't know if this is a 10-12 round fight, but I think he can get him out there 8, 9, 10 kind of.
I think it's a good fight. We'll see how much Dave Allen's got left. I remember I sparred Dave Allen. It's the first professional I ever sparred when I was 18, 19. And I've been a fan of his growing up, so it's great to see him back in the ring. I think Fraser might have a little bit too much, but it all depends on what Dave's got left, and I hope that he can put on a good fight tonight.
And obviously, if we've got repeat or revenge with the main card,
I'm going with repeat, but I don't know if it'll be a stoppage. I think Eubank is hydrated. He's obviously changed coach, and he's just going to have a different mindset. I think it'll be a lot harder to knock out this time round. So I'm going to go with Smith for points victory.
Yeah, I think Smith's the favourite based on the last performance going into this one. But Chris Eubank's another one. I love watching him, and if he gets the win, he'll be back in the mix again. So I want to see Eubank win.
We love it. Thank you. You two have been fantastic guests. I know it's time to get back out there, but until the next time, all the best and thank you for your time.
See you soon. Thank you for talking to us.
No worries. Thank you. Appreciate it.